Hi, welcome to my channel, Create with Steve I. Today I am going to do a Plan With Me video. So we are going to be doing a Plan With Me for August 4th through the 10th. Now that is the week that I am helping out at the Royal Family Kids Camp, and so I am going to use these camping stickers because they're fun as the decoration for this, because I don't really do tent camping. I'm not really into tent camping. My parents used to love it when I was a kid, and I hated it. And so I always felt like we were forced to do it, and I hated it. But we don't actually do tent camping for the Royal Family Kids Camp. We're actually in a lodge that has different rooms and stuff like that. But it is still a kids camp, and we will be, it's still considered a kids camp. So because I don't really do tent camping, I figured this is the best time to use those stickers. I like them. I think they're fun stickers, but I generally don't do tent camping. So let's get this going. I am going to use this Fun Grid brown washi tape. I'm pretty positive I got this at Soto Studios. I really like them. Okay, let's find a brown. I feel like the brown boxes in this book, the Rainbow Boxes book from the Happy Planner, will be good for this. I don't have a perfect color to match that, which is okay. I think maybe this one will do, but I feel like these boxes do well with this, the color palette of that. So let's pull out this one. This book, unfortunately, is no longer available on the Happy Planner website. It is an older book, but I really liked it. It was a mega sticker book. They might bring back something similar, or you might be able to find it on eBay. You know, another good suggestion for colorful boxes is Mojo Jojo Studios. Or not studios, Mojo Jojo Plans. She has a lot of colored boxes. And because this sidebar box is for my gratitude, in the Bible Journaling Volume 3 from Amber Plans Her Day, there is a gratitude sticker, header sticker, that I'm going to use. Now you might look at all these pages that are empty and be like, wow, he's used a lot of those stickers. Actually, no, I haven't. I took out all the ones that I knew I wasn't going to use and give them to someone else. But I'm keeping all the pages intact in here because I can use this as a reusable sticker book once I get done with it. So I figured that that would be a good use. So gratitude there, and then I'm going to put a quote sticker here, but I'm not exactly positive what my quote will be this month, or this for the week, this week. So let's find you know, I think I like these stickers. What was the one? I think I'll do a darker one here and put it down here. And then I'm going to find a quote in this book. You know, I think the "Be still and know that I am God" quote would be good for this because I'm nervous about this camp experience. I did it last year and it was great. I loved it. But it always makes me nervous because the Royal Family Kids Camp is about ministering to and loving on kids in the foster care system. And, you know, a lot of those kids have been abused, and it just makes me nervous because I don't want to do anything that would create more harm for them, especially after all the trauma and stuff that they've gone through. So it always makes me nervous. So I think that quote of "being still and know that I am God" would be a good one to remind myself. Know that God is in control, and you know that we just do the best we can and trust that He can bring um, beauty out of our mistakes. And if we do something that accidentally hurts somebody, you know, there's nothing we can do we can't be perfect. So all we can do is the best we can. So just relax and know that God is the God of miracles, and he can turn anything for good, you know. So it is chilly here today and overcast. I'm assuming it will get sunny in the afternoon and warmer because that's how it's been for a while up here, but it is pretty cold up here right now, which is all right. I'm actually filming this early because I know that, you know, next weekend I'll be getting ready for camp and all that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure that this is all done and filmed beforehand so that I can do it, or so that I don't have to stress next weekend as I'm getting ready for camp and pulling everything together for the last components of camp. So I am actually filming this on, I don't even know what day. Oh, the 25th or the 26th. So it's early, but that's okay. All right, so I've got those up there. That is starting to look good. So now, one thing that's interesting about this for me is I can't really put a lot of function in it quite yet because this is going to be a very different week than my normal. And so I want to take the time to really put in the information with boxes and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really know everything quite yet. So this is going to be an interesting one because it's like, well, I can only do so much right at the moment. I need to actually take time to look at our schedule for the week and to write in all that information. So this is going to be a quicker one because I don't really know right off the top of my head. I'm going to have to sit down and pull up the thing and then put in the boxes and write all that stuff in. So I'm not going to be able to do most of that on my on camera this time, but I will designate most of this bottom part for decoration, and then I will probably intersperse some of these icons and stuff like that in up here in other areas as need be. But yeah, it's hard to know how to put this stuff when I'm not exactly positive. I mean, I know some things for the week, some things won't change and stuff like that. And I do know that this is the last day of camp, and I know in the evening we have a dinner for everybody who volunteered at the camp. And then I'm not sure what's going on Saturday, probably rest. And Sunday I know I'll be going to church, so I could put a box in for that. But most of it I'm going to keep pretty blank at the moment because I don't really know exactly what everything's going to look like. But you can keep your eye on Instagram because I always put something, or I always show it on Instagram, my After the Pen videos. I don't know if those are helpful or not, but I hope they are. I'm not exactly positive where I'll be going to church this week, so I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to put anything else there because sometimes, depending on which church I go to, I go back and forth between a couple different churches because I love both churches and the people there and stuff like that. So, I one of the churches I go to has a lunch afterwards, so that's always nice. So I want to show you this book. I got this on Amazon. I actually got two of them, and I'm using. And then a friend of mine got the set like I did, but she only needed one book, so she gave me this one. So this one I've designated to function. So I dedicated a page front and back to each day of the month. And then at the end of that, I have, the days of the week. So I put all my stickers for the days of the week. I put the years because this is 2025 and then 26 and 27. So I've got stickers for some of those stuff yet or now. And then some of the, I don't do a whole lot of holidays, but I have some of the holidays on there. And then like this is dedicated to birthday stuff. So, and then I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be using the rest of these pages for. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I really like this. So this is August, right? Yes. So I need to put an August sticker over here. I love this one. Okay. I'm going to put a box here for the dinner. I don't remember the time, so I'm not going to put that in. I'm not going to write it in yet because I like to write that at the front of it. And I know I could be using some of these longer box stickers for some of that stuff because I know that each day will be packed, jam-packed actually with stuff. But at the moment, I'm just going to put this here for the dinner. I'll look at what time the dinner is and figure all that out. But anyway, I think for now, this is going to be it. And I realize it's not a lot, but to start off with, it's the best I can do. So here we go, the camp, the week of the camp. So this was a really quick video. I hope that you liked it. If you liked it, consider giving it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.